Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain about input and output processor. Input-output processor is similar to a CPU, the central processing unit, except that it is designed to handle the details of I/O processing, input-output processing, basically. As unlike the DMA controller, direct memory access controller, that must be set up entirely by the CPU. This IOP can fetch and execute its own instruction. So IOP instructions are especially designed to facilitate IO transfer. In addition, the IOP input-output processor can perform other processing tasks such as branching, logical operation, arithmetic operation, and code translation operation, basically. Uh, an input-output processor may be classified as a processor with direct memory access capability that communicate with input-output devices. Okay, and so you understand the input-output processor in more detail. This one by using the block diagram. This one is the input-output processor block diagram specified in this slide. Okay. The block diagram of computer with that show that with two processor. Here we have a two processor. One is CPU, another one is input-output processor. Okay, the memory unit occupy its central position, this one, and can communicate with each processor by means of direct memory access. The CPU is responsible for processing data needed in the solution of computational tasks. The IOP provide a path for transfer of data between various peripheral device and the memory unit. The CPU usually assign the task of initiating the input-output program. So input-output processor operate independent of the CPU and continue to transfer data from external device. These are the external device to and memory basically. Okay. The communication between the input-output processor, this one, and the device attached to it is similar to the program control method of the transfer. CPU is the master. This one is work like a master basically, while the IO input output processor is work like a slave. Master slave configuration is used to coordinate the task between the CPU and input output processor. Okay, so this one is the basically the block diagram of input output processor, in which we can easily understand that input output processor is only responsible to perform the task related with the input output devices. Okay, in the next slide we'll discuss about the CPU and input output processor communication, how they communicate. CPU is and IOP processor are communicate with each other. Okay, from this diagram that is show the basically the sequence of operation may be carried out as in that particular flowchart. Very first, as from here we can see that every time CPU initiate, that is very important thing. The CPU always initiate that particular cycle or the flowchart. The CPU send an instruction to test the IOP path. The IOP respond, the input output processor respond by inserting a status word in the memory for the CPU to check the bits of the status word indicate the condition of IOP and IO device, such as IOP overload condition, device busy with another transfer, or device ready for IO transfer. The CPU refer to the status word in the memory to decide what to do next. If all is in order, the CPU send the instruction to start IO transfer. The memory address received with this instruction tell the IOP where to find its program. Then the CPU can now continue with another program while the input-output processor is busy with the IO program. Both programs refer to memory by means of DMA transfer. when the IOP terminates the execution of its program, it sends an interrupt request. Okay, interrupt request to CPU. The CPU respond to the interrupt by issuing an instruction to read the status from the input-output processor. The input-output processor responds by placing the content of its status report into a specified memory location. The status word indicates whether the transfer has been completed or if any error occurred during the transfer. So from inspection of bits in the status word, the CPU determines if IO processor was completed satisfactory without error. Okay, this one is the input-output communication channel, or that is shown by using the flow chart. Okay, so some of the example also input-output processor is IBM 370 IO channel. Okay, that also work similarly like the input-output that perform input-output processing. Okay, so that's all in this lecture. Okay, thank you.